Then in continuation here today, how this drift velocity is interrelated with the current. What will be the relation between them? Okay. For that, what I am saying, suppose this is one as usual conductor, not insulated. Yesterday I wrote clearly. Okay, it should be a conductor so that many free electrons will be available there. And due to the flow of those free electrons, you will get the current. Okay, and that current here while crossing a particular cross section, I is equals to, generally we write Q by T, whatever the charge crossing the particular cross section. And here that Q, generally we write what, Nana? From the charges and fields chapter, N E by, where I think you know N is number of electrons. Okay. This one, to interlate what I am doing, I want to get some velocity term here. That's why generally, even practically also, if you see there, saying number of electrons in a particular conductor is actually foolishness. Why? Because if you change the dimensions of the conductor, the number of electrons existing in the conductor will be changed. That's why better you come to the electron density. Electron density means number of electrons per unit volume. That's why here what I'm going to do to get the electron density, I'm dividing with volume and multiplying with volume. Okay. By that what happened, I'm getting the term here, number of electrons per unit volume. So number of electrons per unit volume is defined as electron density. Okay. That electron density I'm taking with the letter small n. So that I replace here in this equation. I is equals to, I write here small n. Small n is not number of electrons required. Keep it in mind when you come to numericals. Don't directly substitute n is number of electrons. It is number of electrons per unit volume. Okay. N E by time into the volume here I write. Okay. Further again to bring the velocity term here, that volume, okay, suppose if I am trying to find out to one particular part of length dx, okay, means through this part now, the current here I is equals to, I write N E by T. Volume, I think you can say, this is just like a cylinder, small cylinder. Okay, cylinder volume is area into length. Length I write here dx. Okay. Why I assumed the small part? Advantage is if I assume the small part here, okay, that can be considered as like collision, electron is making the collisions with the successive atoms. Okay. Means in that I can assume only one collision is making between the atoms. Means that much small part I am assuming at dx. So that in that interval of two collisions, collision to collision, in between those two, okay, average velocity of all electrons I already calculated as drift velocity. So that I can bring that term into here. Okay, how? Drift velocity is the average velocity. Average velocity is total distance by total time. That's why here I can write I is equals to, again I am saying n is number of electrons per unit volume, electron density, E, A, into distance by time, drift velocity I am taking. So finally I am getting the relation between the current and drift velocity. Okay. This is one relation, Anna. By this we can understand that the current is depending upon many things. Number one, depending upon the substance what you are taking. Means if you change the substance, the number of electrons per unit volume, means number of electrons present per unit volume will be changed. Means that N will be different for different materials. So we write that clearly here. N depends upon what? Depends on nature of material. Means here I am saying it is a conductor. Okay, all metals are conductors only, Nana. Means my intention is for gold, for silver, for copper, for iron, all are conductors only. Okay, when material is changed, number of electrons per unit volume will be changed. That is depending upon the nature of material. And number two, of course, E, that is a constant. And number three, it is depending upon area of cross section also. Keep in mind. So here it depends upon who? I depends upon the nature of material, means number of electrons per unit volume, area of cross section, and also the drift velocity. Okay. So it is depending upon many things, Nana. Basically, it is appeared like I is equals to Q by T, which is Ne by T. But practically, it is depending upon many things. Okay. This is one point here you have to remember. And then, after finding out the relation between I and the drift velocity, here, why don't you say current per unit area? Okay. Current per unit area, it is actually called as the current density now. Of course, it is represented with the letter J. Okay, that current density, it is a vector, Nana. So here, this current density directly you can't write as I by A. Even in first year also many times I told area, I think you know, is it vector or scalar, Nana, area?
Vector, sir.
Vector, sir.
I think you know the direction also, how to measure the direction.
Normal to the perpendicular to area.
Good. So area is a vector, means in vector form if you write, I have to write like this. But it is appeared like division of vector. Division of vector is not there. That's why you should not write like this. If you write like this, it's a wrong representation. So how to write this equation in vector form, sir? J is equals to I by A. Scalar form is over. Vector form, we have to take the cross multiplication
Into A cap.
No, simple. Both are vectors, na? And on the other side, it is actually a tensor, means it has direction but behaves like a scalar. Behaves like a scalar means we have to take dot or cross product, Nana, here.
Dot, sir. Dot product.
So I is equals to, you are getting J dot A. That is the perfect representation of the current density, Nana. Okay, in scalar form, you can mention. Okay. And here, this formula you can write if the current density is changing from point to point, current through particular cross section. Okay, that suppose changes with the time, okay, with the area of cross section, means J is not constant. Then I have to write I is equals to integral J dot D. Okay, means try to understand what I said here. Suppose this is one wire. Okay, from here I am sending the current. Perfect. But when I come to the other end, I am seeing the area of cross section like this. Okay, then the problem is here, of course, through the conductor, you will get the same current like this. Okay, why? Because you are maintaining some potential difference. But problem is here, look at, while calculating in terms of current density, drop the normal to the area. This is the area, means drop the normal. This is the area direction, Anna. Okay, and it is the direction of J. Okay, what we got from the direction of current, And if you see there some angle between the two, some theta, that time I have to write the same formula as integral j dA cos theta dot product. Okay, whereas you won't get such type of here now. At this cross section, if you see, okay, just drop the normal here. Suppose it is the normal trans area vector, and here suppose current is flowing in that direction, no problem. Okay, then here I can write I is equals to, at this point, integral, there I am saying j dA, okay, in the formula dA, angle between them is 180, cos 180. Okay, this is at what cross section I am saying? This is at the first cross section. This is at first cross section, and it is at the second cross section. Okay, but generally we get area and current direction in the same direction. Means here what we have said, like if you take uniform cross sectional cylinder, at this time this is the direction of J when current is flowing in this direction, and it is the direction of area. In this case, I write here I is equals to integral j into dA without any dot. Why? Because cos 0 equals to 1 there straight away. So I think you understood what is the importance of this dot product. And here when j changes, when you come to numericals, what I'm saying, when you come to numericals, there we have to solve properly with the integration. Okay. And number 2 here, suppose if they give, okay, if j is constant through a conductor, right? That time, what I am saying, sometimes we have to find out not the current through the whole cross section. Means, try to understand my question here. Suppose it is the radius of cross section, say R. Okay, and I am saying through the conductor the current I means through how much cross section I calculated the current as I, Nana?
Pi r squares.
Ah, very good. Pi r square. Means you are saying that through the whole cross section here, through the whole cross section, you told the current is I. Okay. So through the cross section of pi r square, the current is I. Right? And that too, current per unit area is constant. If it is constant, I can use the biscuit model. Okay. Through particular cross section, how much means you can use the cross multiplication method. So if I ask only through this cross section, okay, only through this cross section, whose radius is suppose small r. If I ask, will you say the same current or different current, Anna?
Different, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Through the cross section of area pi r square, what will be the current? If you see there, then the current through that cross section, let it be I dash, Nana. That is equals to, I have to use I into r square by r square. Okay, and you can write that as, of course, if you won't cancel pi there at numerator and denominator, I by pi r square, total current by total area is J, Nana, current density. Therefore, I can write it as I dash is equals to J into dA. See here, same formula I applied there. Okay, J into dA, the area here you are taking is pi r square. Okay, look at both are in the same direction. That's why here I am not getting the angle, that dot product there. Okay, and here keep in mind, Nana, you may ask, sir, here entering, while entering, I am getting I is equals to negative, sir. J dot dA means by this method I am getting minus J dA, sir. While leaving, I am getting I into plus j ds, sir. I is equals to j into plus d, that is j into d is plus, sir. So here, can I assume like entering current, I can take it as negative, and leaving current, can I take it as positive, sir? Yeah, obviously. Anything wrong in that, Nana?
No, sir.
Obviously, yes, you are right. You can take the entering current as negative and the leaving current as positive. That is your wish. Okay. This is the story about the relation between drift velocity and current and how it depends upon the things. And here, if you take per unit cross section area, what will be this one and this one in vector form, how to represent. And while representing, if j is not constant, what is the way of representing? And here, how to measure the angle between j and dA, I will explain here with the 3 diagrams. And then if j is constant, through one particular cross section here, how to find out the current in the conductor. All the points clear, Nana?
Clear, sir.
Then this part is over. Drift velocity is equals to E by m into tau, where tau is the relaxation time. What is the relaxation time? I think yesterday I explained, Nana. It is the average time between two successive collisions. Okay. Now today you have to come to the relation between I and Vd. So is it over, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Including the current and the relation between current and relaxation time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Completed.
Then come to here, the electron density depends on what? Electron density depends upon nature of material. J is equals to, we got Ne square by m into E into tau. Okay. Now we are writing, if tau is equals to constant, then for a given conductor, J is directly proportional to E from this equation, so that J by E is a constant. Okay. That equals to Ne square by m into tau. And then we are going to find out who is this J by E. For that, before we are starting, what on a Ohm's law. Okay. So here write the Ohm's law, Nana. At constant temperature, as you know, V is directly proportional to I, so that V is equals to I into R, where R is called, you know its name, it is the resistance. Okay. Then we are writing, it depends on whom. Okay. It depends upon, one by one we write, resistance depends upon nature of material and dimensions. Dimensions are length and area of cross section. And number 3, temperature. Sorry, length and area of cross section and temperature. Okay. After completing this part, how it depends upon the dimensions only. We write R is directly proportional to length, inversely proportional to area of cross section. That implies we write here with the proportionality constant, R is equals to rho L by A, same equation. Then specify who is rho. Its name is resistivity or specific resistance. And that resistivity depends upon whom? Nature of material and temperature. Okay, later we have to discuss how this resistivity depends upon temperature. Accordingly, how the resistance depends upon temperature. Okay, don't ask rho how it depends upon nature of material. The material is changed, rho will be changed. It has some particular value. And then here we are writing from Ohm's law by substituting R value there to get J by E. Okay, expanding this form, V is equals to IR. So V is equals to IR, V is equals to I into R, I substituted here. And then I wrote I by A is equals to J here. So J into rho into L. Then L is taken to the other hand. V by L is equals to 0. This is in the form of dou V by dou X. So it is E. V by L is E. E is equals to 0. Therefore, you require J by E. So J by E is equals to 1 by rho. Okay. Where 1 by rho is what? Reciprocal of resistivity. That is called as conductivity. So reciprocal of resistivity is conductivity. That is equals to J by E. That equals to, already I calculated, that equals to NE square by M into tau. That implies resistivity, conductivity depends upon relaxation tau time as directly proportional to tau. And for exam point of view, I wrote the rho also. Okay, here this is sigma, rho reciprocal of sigma, that is M by NE square tau. Okay, and then we wrote here in terms of relaxation time, what will be the resistance? R is equals to M by NE square tau into L by A. In basic model, basic numericals, we use V is equals to IR number. But when you come to some advanced type of questions, okay, there, instead of V is equals to IR, same thing here, we wrote, replaced by the things here R with rho L by A and deriving that part. Finally, same equation, I got here like E is equals to J rho. That's why even that is also comfortable. Okay, you can find while solving the numericals. More number of times for to solve the advanced numericals, this is more comfortable manner. It is also called as Ohm's law. So Ohm's law you can write it as V is equals to IR or E is equals to J rho. Okay. Or you can write this one, sigma is equals to J by E, anything none. Or like J is equals to sigma T. Whatever you use, everything same number. All are representing the Ohm's law only. But keep in mind, at constant temperature. Okay. So here, numerical part, if you think, Nana, there sometimes instead of actually to find out the resistance, what we require, Nana? Lengthened area of cross section. Why? Because rho we never try to calculate. They will give that value of rho resistivity for a given material. That will be some constant for the given material. So at constant temperature, R is equals to, generally we write rho L by A. Okay. Sometimes for the given material, they give volume, Nana. That's why you can convert, of course, here by what? Multiplying with the area, the numerator and denominator, rho L by A into A. You will get R is equals to rho into, look at here, length into area is volume by A square, 1 modal. Okay, and here or length and area, two variables. Then you may argue, why should I multiply with area only, sir? Why not with length? Yeah, you multiply with length also. R is equals to rho L by A, multiply and divide with length. Okay, then you will get R is equals to rho L square by volume. Okay, sir, I want in terms of mass, sir. Okay, that is your wish. Mass is equals to what? Density is equals to mass by volume. Oh, better we write density with the letter, another letter D now. Why? Because rho we already represented here. So density, if you take mass by volume, you can replace volume is equals to mass by density. That is your wish. Okay. So these two formulae here, whatever you wrote in terms of volume, you can write R is equals to rho by A square into volume, you can replace with M by D. Okay, one formula. Or another one is R is equals to rho L square by volume. By volume is mass by density. Okay, these are all just show off writing different formulae. But if you know the basic thing, no need to derive. You can use R is equal to rho L by F. From there only we can extract anything. Okay, so here related to these concepts means until now what we discussed, we did not enter into how the resistance changes with the temperature in this part, Nana. Okay, if I take one numerical, one example. Suppose here it is a conductor, uniform cross sectional, and here I am finding out the currents entering and leaving as I1 and I2 when it is connected to one source by maintaining a constant potential difference V. Okay, and here and there I am finding out the current densities J1 and J2, and the drift velocities I am finding out as V1 and V2. How to interlate I1, I2, J1, J2, and V1, V2 velocities. Okay, suppose that is one example. Before starting that example, first will we complete this part, Nana?
Sir, and V1 is not equals to V2, as if there is no potential difference, it will not flow.
Wait. First answer you are saying between I1 and I2, I1 is equals to I2. Very good. J1 is
V1 less than V2.
V1 less than V2, Natali.
Yes, sir.
Vaira.
From low potential to high,
current-
current will flow from low potential to high potential.
Then what?
So it is passing through. It is passing from V1 to V2, no, sir. Like
V1 and V2 are not potential differences, Nana. V1 and V2 are drift,
Oh, velocity. Okay.
drift velocities.
Okay, sir.
I
Okay,
understood. These two are drift velocities.
okay, sir.
Then
Sir, if current is same, then
So
velocity
V1 is
also
equal to
same,
V2, sir.
yes. Why? Because according to the formula, I is equals to N
Equal to NE square
yeah.
JVT.
From this A constant, E, of course, these two are constant. You concluded that I is constant. Therefore, VD is also constant. V1 equals to V2. Okay. So tomorrow we will continue, Nana, this part. If I take a non cross-sectional wire. Okay, na?